Hey guys, welcome to the first edition of the Tuttle Talks. Wanted to just do something to just talk about anything like fishing, life, anything like that. And so one of the things that I really try to impress on my children and people around me is integrity. And the only thing that we have in this life is our integrity and who we are when no one else is looking, and doing the right thing when no one else is looking. And that's what I've tried to impress on my children is, making the right choice, doing what's right. And so I use that in this business of fishing. And in fishing, you have a lot of choices to make as, like with our sponsors, we have what I call is an obligation to ourselves and also to the companies that we represent. And so how you see me on and off the water, or my tournament partner on and off the water, that directly reflects into representing these companies. And so one of the things that I've impressed on my family, my wife, my children, and my tournament partner and everybody around me is we do it right, and we do it right the first time. And if it costs extra time, extra money, doesn't matter. We do it right, and we do it right the first time. And we, again, with dealing with sponsors or other tournament competitors while we're out on the water, we don't cut people off. We don't try to move in on people when they're trying to fish or anything like that. And again, when you see me on and off the water, I'm going to treat you the same on the water as I do in the parking lot. And so, want to respect one another. And I think sometimes in this tournament game, we get so cutthroat that we want to win that $100 so bad that we're willing to, go cut somebody off or try to get an advantage or what have you. And that the competition is so stiff that, we'll push it right to the end or right to the line. And guys, let me tell you something. I've been doing this game since 1990. And the one thing that always rises to the top is the ones who do it right. And there'll be times you'll see people and they'll take advantage of situations or opportunities that maybe they shouldn't take advantage of. And you'll say, man, that wasn't fair. But at the end of the day, you can look your family in the eye, you can look your tournament partner in the eye, you can look yourself in the eye in a mirror and say, I did it right. And maybe nobody's hand clapping or nobody's, saying anything at that exact moment. But you're going to have that reciprocated to you in your life. And when you're doing it right, there's going to be times where you're like, man, I never get those breaks. I never, I don't ever want to push or, make somebody feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Well, if you're questioning yourself, don't do it. And so in these Tuttle Talks, I want to talk to these young guys or these young ladies out there that are thinking about getting into the tournament game and those types of things. Do it right. Do it right the first time. And when you're representing your sponsors, you're not only just representing them, you're representing yourself with them at the same time. And let me tell you something about you young folks out there trying to obtain sponsors or trying to do those types of things, because fishing is expensive. I mean, there's a lot of money involved in fishing. Establishing that relationship and establishing that trust and establishing your integrity and who you are on and off the water. And guys, I'm telling you, I can't stress it enough. And I've already said it 6 or 7 times here. Do it right the first time. And guys, drop comments down and say, let's say you have questions about sponsors, you have questions about fishing, you have questions about situations or anything. If you're dealing with something, you need to just talk, chat, I'll private message it, no big deal. But for you young folks out there, I it gets me excited when I see 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old guys and gals out there getting started in the tournament game. But, I want to help you get started in the right direction. And this fishing deal can be so much fun, and getting people involved and doing those types of things. But right from the get-go, if you're a young angler, right from the get-go, do it right. And if you have a company that reaches out to you and they want to do, a pro staff or what have you, they want to give you a product. And it may not be ready to write you a check yet, but they want to give you a product to demo or give you a product to use to help you maybe get an advantage. Take those products, go use them, and really put them through their paces. But then also understand this. Your sponsors just don't have an obligation to you. You have an obligation to your sponsors. Take care of each other. Work hard for your sponsors. Help move that product. And I've always said, the more successful my sponsor is, hopefully the more successful I am. So guys, gals, if you're brand new, just remember, do it right the first time. And, you might be with a company. Let's say it's a small company. And they can't afford to just write you checks, but they give you all the product in the world, and they take care of you. And you have a great big company that comes in, some national company, and says, hey, I want to give you $20,000. And this little company has gotten you to where you're at. And that $20,000, that's a lot of money. And that's a business decision. But don't forget the folks who got you there. Sometimes the money isn't worth it. But, like I said, fishing's a business. But your integrity and your loyalty is going to get you further in this game than you just chasing things. Guys, I know this Tuttle Talk was more about how with sponsors and your own self-integrity or what. We can talk about anything. If there's a subject that you want to see or you want to talk about, drop it down in the comments or send me a private message or what have you. Check me out on Facebook at Matt Tuttle Fishing on Facebook, Matt Tuttle on Facebook, Matt Tuttle Fishing Instagram, anywhere you can drop me a comment or a question, and we can bring it up and we can talk about it. And I work with troubled youth and some youth that maybe not made some great decisions and such. But we talk about that, and we can talk about how we battle our own things out on and off the water. So guys, thanks for listening to this first edition of the Tuttle Talks. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you. We'll see you soon.